we're going to find out what is in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? There we go. Holy Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about an absolutely amazing gift that I received from a friend of the show. Francis, my good man, you really kind of spoilt me. Folks, Francis messaged me a few weeks ago saying, hey, I've got a couple of things you might be interested in. Would you like me to send them to you? And I was like, yes, I would. So it was a complete mystery, and then all of a sudden this huge box turns up, and what did it contain? Only Mafex Psylocke. But that's not all. It also contained Mezco Moon Knight. But that's not all. As if that weren't enough, we also got the pièce de la résistance, Hot Toys Scarlet Spider. Oh my goodness. Francis, my friend, insane. You're a lunatic, an absolute lunatic, and I love you for it. Thank you so much. Guys, if you want to see how genuinely, legitimately gobsmacked I was when I opened this box, I filmed like a live unboxing, not knowing what was actually in there. And if you want to go watch that, that's up on the Patreon at the moment. The reason I put it on Patreon is because it's actually not that interesting of a video, because I pretty much just sit there open-mouthed gawping for about 45 minutes. But it's a fun watch nonetheless, so you can check that out on the Patreon. But now, I just knocked over a bunch of figures. The shockwave from my hands going down reverberated throughout my room. Now, I'm going to give these three figures the reviews they deserve, because boy howdy, these have been on my want list, on my grail wish list for the longest time. So let's talk about the first one. Let's go big right to start with. We're going to look at the Scarlet Spider. So here is Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, in all his web-swinging glory. Almost put myself in the ear there. Guys, so this is from the PS4 Sony Spider-Man game. Absolutely adore that game. So technically it's Peter Parker in here, but come on. It's the Scarlet Spider, it's Ben Reilly, my number one favourite comic book character. The clone of Peter Parker who set out to make a life for himself. And what happened was, the reason he's wearing this makeshift costume is because that's exactly what it is. The character came back to New York when he heard that Aunt May was sick, wasn't planning to do anything spider related, but of course he gets dragged into all the nonsense going on there. So he literally goes to a sporting goods store, grabs like a ski suit, and then, you know, he's got his web shooters, because you never know when you might need web shooters. As a former indie wrestler will tell you, never leave home without your gear, because you never know. And then he just grabbed a hoodie that happened to have a spider logo on it. Boom! It's the Scarlet Spider. And Hot Toys, you crazy sons of biscuits. I'm not a Hot Toys expert. I'll never profess to be a Hot Toys expert. But this is just beautiful. They've done what I love when Mezco do, is they've taken the design and tweaked it in their own little ways. And actually, it's not really Hot Toys doing that. It's the PS4 Sony Spider-Man people, because they designed this version of the costume. And the detail is phenomenal. First of all, let's take a little look at the extras, because these are just so beautiful. Let me get these here. We've got, first of all, the New York style pizza, and this alone is gorgeous with the amount of detail going on in this pizza. With this little removable slice, you flip it over and it's actually kind of brown on the inside. Like, they literally took a pizza and studied it in the most minute detail and recreated it. Got the little cardboard box here with grease stain at the bottom of the box. Like, no one's ever gonna see that, but they do it anyway. So amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Bravo, guys. Then we have a little donut, because, you know, you're going to be in New York, you've got to get yourself a pizza and a donut. And most essential for me, cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah, big time coffee. So I imagine if that's mine, that'd just be a black Americano. Thank you very much. And finally, we got a little iPhone here. Again, from the game, there's got a photo mode. You can snap all these snapshots. So that's why they're called snapshots, because you snap them. And this is actually a screenshot from the game itself, which is really cool. Obviously, that's Peter Parker in the regular Spider-Man suit there. Or is it the regular Spider-Man suit or the advanced suit? It really doesn't matter. Either way, it's a lovely accessory. And how is he going to hold all the accessories? With a whole bunch of different hands. And again, you're spoiled for choice. You want fists, you want thwip, you want wall crawling, you want gripping. Hot Toys have got you covered however you want to display your Spider-Man. And then, of course, you've got the webs. I didn't even realize he had this many webs. I thought he had one web, but no, underneath, they got a whole bunch. However sort of length or style or angle you want the webs, they've got you covered. That's absolutely perfect. And it all comes together in this beautiful figure. Now, I almost forgot to say he also has this camera here. And what's so lovely about the camera is that you can use this for any Hot Toys character. So there's a whole bunch of Hot Toys Spider-Man related figures. You can use this with any of them. So that's a really nice touch with the little spider logos on there too. I've thrown this on here, although actually I've got him web swinging. Can you imagine that camera around your neck when you're trying to web swing? No, you'd end up with 2 black eyes and a broken nose. But still, it's too nice of a feature to not include. Then we're talking about the details. And guys, it's the details that just blow me away. With the little bits on the web shooters, for example, look at how each individual little canister is strapped on there. Like, you can see how this is actually like, it would be a working web shooter. If you watch one of those YouTube videos where someone's like, today I'm going to make a working real Spider-Man web shooter, this is what it would look like. I don't know why that voice was like half American, half English, but there you go. And of course, with his thwipping hand, it's just perfect. With the web coming out, it's so gorgeous. And of course, you can swap this web out for as many different types and kinds as you want. Then he's got his little pockets and pouches, completely separate, removable pieces. You can see the little clasp, how they clip in there. Again, it just looks like he went to an outdoors, all-terrain, extreme sports type store and just pilfered a bunch of stuff off the shelves. Not that Spider-Man would do that, but maybe Ben Reilly would. So yeah, then you've got the belt as well with his extra canisters of web fluid there, the different pockets and pouches. I mean, it was the 90s, as was the style at the time. But at least with the Scarlet Spider, it makes sense that he would need these pockets and pouches, because also, when he was on the road, he made all these additions to his costume and his web shooters. So he fires off different types of ammunition. He has the normal webs, but he has stingers that are like poisonous darts. He has impact webbing that kind of explodes on impact. It was great that they sort of took what Spider-Man was doing and said, well, what if someone else was on the road with these powers? Came up with some good ideas. Then the actual suit itself, I love the detail of the different textures. It's really nice to give it that sort of different effect so it seems like a wetsuit or something like a ski suit, something that you would actually wear that has practical use, especially the ninja toes at the bottom. He's never had that in the comics, but having it here, it makes perfect sense. That's what these suits are often like. Then the actual rubber grips on the feet, that just stands to reason. Because I never liked the idea that these spandex-clad heroes are running around without shoes on, essentially. Like, that's going to hurt your feet. So the fact he's got these kind of wetsuit-type feet here makes perfect sense. Kayfabe-wise, it all checks out. I love that. And then finally, just the mask itself. I love how the lenses are sort of indented in there. It feels like 2 separate pieces. There's the mask, and then he sort of probably hot glued the lens in there. It's so beautiful. I ain't gonna wax lyrical for too long because I just want to show you how gorgeous this is, because it is beautiful. Like I said, I'm not a big Hot Toys guy, but boy do I love this. And it comes with a heavy duty stand as well. So you can put him in all sorts of different poses, and actually that's another good point, and a fair point. Posability is limited. It's not non-existent. You saw from the pose he was in right at the start. You can get some fun swinging Spider-Man poses, but it's not like crazy Mafex poses because he can only move within the confines of this real actual cloth gear, and that is going to limit you somewhat. So you got to be aware, and in fairness, I'm a big clumsy oaf. So that's a little bit worrying when I'm moving him about. I'm like, okay, Dave, let's not ruin this beautiful, expensive gift that you've been given. And so far, so good. What's also nice is the hood, the Scarlet Spider hoodie that he's so famous for. Even this has a little bendy wire in it, so you can still manipulate it slightly, and you can actually pull it all the way over his head as well. But he never has the hood up in the comics. If he's drawn with the hood up, you know what? That artist made a mistake, because Scarlet Spider don't wear the hood. All right. But yeah, just to wrap up, guys, I love this so much. It's not signaling the start of a Hot Toys collection because, hoo-ha, that's a bridge too far. But as my one standalone Hot Toys Spider-Man, I couldn't have asked for a better one. This is so gorgeous, so beautiful. It's my boy, Ben Reilly. That's the essential thing. I love the fact that he's so prominent in the comics now, but I know that little ride's going to come to an end pretty soon. I'm just enjoying it while it lasts. But yeah, if you're on the fence about this guy, if you think you might want to add Scarlet Spider to your collection, but you're just not sure, I'm telling you now, reach out, take the chance, dang it, you're not going to regret it. And folks, that does it for my review of the Hot Toys Scarlet Spider. I still genuinely cannot believe I've got this dude in my collection. Francis, thank you so much, man. You can see how ludicrously happy I am. I think I did that entire review in just one breath. Probably a nightmare to listen to, but it is what it is. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. So until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Up a cup, up a cup, up a cup.